Hey there, guys and gals, the Introvert Old Bull here, and today it is December 31st, 2020, the final day in 2020. What an incredibly tough year it has been for all of us. We had some of the most craziest things ever happen in this entire year. It was nuts. Like, it was insane, how incredibly action packed, heavy this year was. None of us could have ever expected this to happen. And I figured I would do a 2020 recap. I know last year I did a 2010s recap that was focusing on my entire 2010, and I figured I'd do a recap on this year. So without further ado, let's begin right now. So let's start off in January. In January, Australians were still struggling with the bushfires. We still had, them as a problem, and it was terrible because we had to stay inside all the time. We had, the aircon on to like keep us cool, and we couldn't really go outside unless you wanted to suffocate to death, and and then we got news that World War III was happening, which, to be honest with you, I never would have guessed that World War III was ever going to happen. I never would have thought it was ever going to happen. Like, not in a billion years did I ever think that that was going to happen again. So yeah, I didn't ever think World War III was going to happen. That was the first real thing that was pretty intense for the year. That was the thing that started the whole cataclysm of this year. And so we knew that we had to get out of Canberra. So what we did was we flew to the Gold Coast and we spent about 2 weeks there, having fun and stuff, trying to get away from the smoke. And we were all having fun. We went to the beach, we went to several theme parks, we went to Movie World, SeaWorld, Dreamworld, Wet and Wild, and all those places, and they were absolutely fun. I, of course, couldn't upload in that time period. We went to different like little places and stuff, and we went to see only one film, the one film that I got to see this year, and that was Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon. That was a film that I didn't even want to see. That was a film that my niece wanted to see. So yeah, that was happening, and we were all having a good time up until on the final day on our trip, that I got news of a new virus that was spreading via contact by millions of people. And of course, this would later become the coronavirus that we're all so familiar with. And I remember I first heard of the coronavirus and I was just like, oh my god, this can't be good. A new virus that's spreading via contact, and it's not even stopping, it's just spreading like wildfire. Like, oh my god, this can't be good. And that's my thought that I had when I first got those set of news videos that were on about this new virus. And sure enough, I remember thinking to myself, this could get worse if nothing is done about it. This seems bad, but this could get worse. And also, this is going to be memed everywhere, because once the internet gets a hold of something bad, they're going to meme the hell out of it until it's burnt to the ground. That's how the internet works, So that's the type of thoughts I was having in late January when I first heard of this virus. And then, we got back to Canberra, thankfully. Canberra is where I live. We all got back there, and all the smoke had eventually died down, and we were still carrying on lives, but I was still having that thought of the coronavirus. I was like, this could get worse. And then we went back to school in February, and I was the center of attention for a while to the grade 9 students. I was in grade 9 this year. I'm going into grade 10 next year. And I was the center of attention for a while because I got a new haircut, and I was wowing all the teachers and the students with my new looks. you know. And you know, like it was great to be the center of attention for a while. It was really great to, you know, have everyone compliment me and my new looks, you know. So yeah, then in February we're just, you know, casually doing school stuff. You know, nothing bad has happened yet, but I was still thinking, what about? I was still thinking about the coronavirus and it getting worse. You know. And then next month in March, it was getting even huger and huger, and I was thinking, crap, this is getting bigger. And sure enough, in late March, we all got told to stay at our homes. And thus we officially went into quarantine that lasted from March all the way up to you know, that lasted all the way up to June. For me at least. I'm thankfully out of quarantine. I don't have to do all that quarantine stuff. It only lasted for about 3 months. And in that time period, several celebrities were dying and several people were getting the coronavirus, and we all had to stay home, and you know, festivals were getting cancelled, movies were getting postponed or just getting sent online and stuff. And you know, and then eventually, excuse me, we eventually had to do online classes. Now, here are my honest thoughts about online classes. I thought they were absolutely fun. I thought they were absolutely the best new thing. They were very fresh, new, and original. They were something that really spiced up grade 9 for me. So yeah, I thought they were great, you know, doing online classes, especially, you know, the first lesson online classes. They were very great. But yeah, it was very fun for a while, but at the same time I was still craving to just be outside again instead of being cooped up inside my house. And in that time I was in quarantine, I started checking out new artists. I, you know, checked out the band Avenged Sevenfold, and I actually really like Avenged Sevenfold's music. I thought they were great. And then I got news that Linkin Park were officially coming back and they were writing new music, so we might even get new Linkin Park music soon. And then you know, some more tragedies were happening and more staying at home stuff. And it was all tragic and stuff. And eventually we were able to get out of quarantine in June, and then we were able to start school again. And I got somewhat bullied by people, somewhat mocked by people for, you know, having facial hair and stuff. And eventually I got that shaved off, and then the whole Black Lives Matter things were happening. And oh, and I forgot to mention that I did an April Fool's of the coronavirus, which of course was kind of sick, but I couldn't help myself because, you know, it was a very new thing and I wanted to, you know, take advantage of it, even if it's a really serious issue, and I should not joke about that stuff. And then I was doing Steven Universe covers to honor the show, and it was all great and stuff. And then the whole Black Lives Matter thing movement was happening, and it just sucked what happened to you know, George Floyd. You know, it really sucks for him, you know, and for his, you know, family. And then, you know, and then July came around, it was my birthday, and you know, it was all pretty great and stuff. And you know, it was going well, and I was still carrying on with school, although we had to do something that was very new throughout the entire year until December of this year. And that was online assemblings. We had to do online assemblings, which is actually the second time we've done online assemblies since since 2017, because we couldn't do assemblies, like physical ones, like because we were extending the gym at my school. And so we had to do it online, and you know, have some competitions and stuff online. And now we had it again because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And you know, and it was you know, like it was like that and all. And then we got a break. It was my birthday, and I got to, you know, showcase all my presents off and stuff. And then we went to the beach for a bit in the winter. I know, kind of weird, but we just went there because my sister's new boyfriend really wanted to. So yeah, that happened. And then in August I made an update video about all the plans that I had. And eventually I'm just checking what time it is. And then some stuff was happening, and in August I uploaded my final Steven Universe cover, and I haven't done any covers since, and I don't have any plans to as of right now. And then in September I didn't upload any video at all, and then the whole Cuties trailer came out, and and Netflix was doing that stuff, and it was very weird that Netflix did that, especially in like the trailer where it was like showing the girl like wearing the 11-year-old girl like wearing the tight pants, like, and I was just remember thinking to myself, who wears that kind of stuff at like 11? Who does? And then I haven't seen Cuties at all, by the way, but I have seen some of its worst scenes, and yeah, their worst scenes like really turned me off from the film. It's really just vile stuff. And the fact that this even got greenlit in the first place is just incredible. And the fact that it's interesting how Netflix doesn't allow the pedophile Julia Vickerman allowed in their business, but yet they allow the director for Cuties. I'm just gonna see what her name was. All right, I have her name up on screen. It's Maimouna Ducour. That's the best I can say her name, and I probably butchered that. It's interesting how they didn't allow Julia Vickerman in their workplace, but they're totally okay with allowing this woman into their workplace. It's very hypocritical of Netflix, and I've heard that the message is about like trying not to sexualize young girls, but when they sexualize young girls to get that message across, it's just so fucking stupid. Like Netflix are so fucking stupid as a company, and everyone who worked on that film are fucking stupid. And then of course September was over, and we were in October, and I was going around saying the world was gonna end. And I started saying the world was going to end around August or September. I think it was September when I started saying that the world was going to end. I've got an itchy arm. But yeah, that's when I started. But yeah, I started saying around my family that the world's going to end on December 21st, 2020. And I made a video about it as a Halloween special. And then someone online by the name of Real World Investments, that's the last I checked, and he made an entire like statement about the world not ending in 2020, but instead like explaining how the world is like gonna collapse and stuff. And it's like, dude, what the hell? I meant this as a joke. You're not meant to take this like seriously, But yeah, and then November rolled around, and then we got the new like intro for Hilda season 2, or at least I think it was November. I'm pretty sure it was November. But yeah, Hilda season 2 now had an intro, and I have not seen the show yet, and I'm going to watch it around January, and and I can't wait to see it again. I haven't seen the show since July of 2019, which was about a year ago now. It's crazy, and yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna see it soon. And then in December, I was uploading Christmas stuff, and it was going pretty awesome. Yeah, that's my 2020 recap. What is the bad stuff? I'm not even gonna say about what the bad stuff is. You already know about it: coronavirus pandemic, lockdowns, like shutting off the places and stuff, and riots and explosions. And then the vaccine, and then Trump losing and Joe Biden winning, which I don't really have an opinion on Trump, I don't really have an opinion on US politics. I don't even have an opinion on Australian politics, So yeah, I don't really know what to say about that. And then loads of people were getting coronavirus and stuff. And it was just like, to me, the thing about 2020 is that it's not just a sad year, but it's such a boring year. Because, we had to go into lockdown. It was just, the year ended up becoming so boring and so long, but yet at the same time feeling so fast and quick. Oh, and by the way, about assemblies, we were not having online assemblies, but we were also having very, like, little assemblies where, like, we had, like, some of the kids, not a whole school assembly, just, like, little like, high schoolers coming together talking about news and stuff. In fact, my school wasn't even able to do excursions for the entire year. They were only able to do one, and it was at the end of the year in December. But yeah, and also there was me planning my ARTV video. I'd been planning that since January, and I'm finally glad that I made it. I still haven't gotten my response from John yet. I don't think he is gonna respond because I'm a small YouTube channel and he's a channel with 100,000 subscribers and stuff, But maybe I will. Maybe next week in January. But the only good things I will say about this year were my nephew being born. He was born around May during lockdown. My sister had to go to the hospital in order to have the pregnancy, and when I first found out about it, I had that that sort of that thing I had when my niece was born back in 2018, and that was just a whole shock, oh my god, this is not even real moment. You know what I mean? And the other good thing that I was able to have was on my birthday. I was able to get 2 games that I wanted for a long time: Pinstripe and Neversong. Especially Neversong. I have been waiting for that game since 2018, since early 2018, February of 2018. And, I just waited for Neversong to come out for so long, and for it to finally come out on this year, it was so great, It was so visually appealing. The characters were all great, and, Pete doing all the little side quests were great, and the bosses were great. I especially liked the final boss, although I did feel like the ending was... I did like the ending. It was very shocking and stuff, but at the same time, it was... no, I didn't really think it was lame at the time. I still think it was a great ending. I thought it was an alright ending for the game, but... yeah, the soundtrack is so great. The visuals are amazing. You have to check out Neversong. It is such a good game. My only real problem with it is that it's a very short game. I kind of wish it was very long. I have not played the Once Upon a Coma demo, but I have plans to play it. And, I've been following the developer Thomas Brush for so long. I was just completely behind everything Neversong related. And I also decided to give Pinstripe a go because, Pinstripe was his first ever proper game that came out into mainstream success, But yeah, those were the only 3 legit good things that were happening this year. Everything else just sucked, No movies, no music shows or festivals, and just online classes, staying at home, quarantine, while a virus that's killed millions of people and celebrities have, gone out of its way. Yeah. This year was definitely my worst year of all time, right next to 2018. But yeah, that's all I have pretty much to say. This wasn't really scripted, and I didn't really, and I just rambled a bunch of stuff about this year. Oh wait, one more thing. I also want to apologize to my fans for not uploading consistently. It was starting around April or March when I started uploading less consistency. Oh wait, no, it was April. That I started uploading less consistently. For example, I was only able to do 3 videos in April, and then a few more, and then only one video in June, and then 3 in July and 2 in August, and no videos at all in September. I just completely skipped September. I had no videos at all for September. So yeah, that just makes it the first time I've never uploaded a video in an entire month. It was shocking. The fact that I went the entire month without uploading anything. And then I just continued to upload some stuff here and there, and here I am now uploading, several videos while I still can. But yeah, tomorrow I plan on going on Omegle, and why am I saying this? I'm not going to make a video on it or anything, but yeah, I'm just going to go on Omegle and search up New Year's Day or 2021 or something like that, and see how people are, and I'm going to ask people how they think of 2021. So yeah, I'm gonna try to upload consistently in 2021, but I still can't count on it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this recap video, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. See you next year in 2021. See you then.